What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Suffering Hour, entitled The Cyclic Reckoning. This is released on Profound Lore Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Forest Lake, Minnesota, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, dark, brooding hybrid of both black metal and death metal. Yeah. Suffering Hour has been one of those black death metal bands to be on the lookout for quite some time now. They've been very, very consistent in their musical output, and everything that this band has put out has been nothing but solid gold. From their debut demo, Foreseeing Exemptions to a Dismal Beyond, to their 2017 debut full-length entitled In Passing Ascension, you could definitely tell that there was a big change and growth within this band's sound musically and dynamically. In Passing Ascension was just a seriously killer debut album. A lot of great riffs, a lot of great production qualities, very dark and scary vocals, great artwork, aesthetics. I mean, this band has the total package. And they followed that up in 2019 with an EP entitled Dwell. That was the last time we had heard something from them. It was basically one incredibly lengthy song, but it just showed you the kind of layers and dynamics this band really had. And with the Dwell EP, it was just scary sounding shit. I really, really loved it. But now we head into 2021 and we have the sophomoric effort from Suffering Hour entitled The Cyclic Reckoning. It's 5 tracks and it clocks in at around 44.5 minutes in length. And pretty much, if you're familiarized with how Suffering Hour sound, you'll probably feel right at home listening to something like this, but I can easily tell that this band is getting better and better and stronger with their musicianship, with their style, with their approach, and this just makes for an altogether superior record in way more ways than one. This is definitely some top 10 of 2021 contendership stuff right here. Musically, it feels very, very dynamic and very, very suffocating. Because once you get into the swing of how all of these songs start, how things go in the middle, and how they end, you already know that Suffering Hour aren't fucking around. And they put together music that is just straight up pummeling and punishing. The guitar playing on here is incredibly immaculate and detailed. A lot of great riffs, a lot of great variety going on here, especially with the first couple of tracks that you hear throughout this record, with Strongholds of Awakening and Transcending Antecedent Visions, to probably one of the most monolithic songs you'll hear all year with the song The Foundations of Servitude, which is a 16.5 minute long track, which gives you more of that in-depth detail that Suffering Hour have been working on with all of their music. The riffs are just so bountiful and splendid here. Everything sounds great. The bass work on here is very good too. Very clear, very audible, very well executed, and definitely holds its own amongst the riffs that you hear throughout this entire album. It just sounds awesome. This album's production quality and mixing is very, very good. Not overly polished, but just right. And just gives you that deep sense of urgency whenever you're listening to this album and you happen to be listening to it very loudly, because that's the preferred way to listen to something like Suffering Hour. It's just very good shit. Drum-wise, this guy is a maniac. I don't know what kind of stamina he has to keep up with how long these songs are and how painstaking everything is, but this drummer knows exactly what he's doing. The blast beats, the fills, the energy, the creativity, the mid-pace stuff where things begin to go a little bit more Black Death funeral dirge style stuff. It's just really awesome. Once again, going to the lengthier tracks like Transcending and Antecedent Visions, the Abrasive Black Dust Part 2, to the 16-minute long track, The Foundations of Servitude. It is just absolutely insane what this drummer does on this album. And the vocals are really killer too. I love the vocal delivery. Very powerful, very primal in delivery, very guttural, almost a roar in certain ways. It just feels right. And on the track, The Abrasive Black Dust Part 2, you get all this spoken word stuff at the beginning of the track as it leads you on into more frightening sorts of details. The spoken word vocals are very awesome. The growl, guttural vocals are very good too. Just an overall powerful vocal performance throughout the majority of this album. So overall, if you're a fan of Suffering Hour, I think you're going to love this new album a lot. I think this is the best material they've done to date. And who knows what's going to be next for this band. They definitely are earning a rightful place within the annals of today's great extreme metal bands. And Suffering Hour have many more great things to come, I'm sure of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Profound Lore Records Bandcamp page. You can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally. It is available physically as a CD digipack and a 12-inch vinyl. This album has been selling very, very strongly, if I'm not mistaken. The vinyl versions that the band had through their Bandcamp are sold out. I don't know if the Profound Lore merch table has any copies, whether it's CD or vinyl, but I will link you to whether you could be able to buy one, and hopefully this will be restocked in future pressings. But anyway, this is the vinyl version that I have. Very awesome album cover art here. Love the band logo. Back cover with track listings and credits and information. Comes with this gigantic booklet of the album cover. You have lyrics, more artwork pieces, the band members in question looking all badass and ominous. And this vinyl version came in multiple variants, but the version that I got came on this super nice marbled blue with black swirling, almost like a galaxy effect if you look at it closely. I think this came out really, really well, and it sounds phenomenal. Once again, Profound Lore doing great work with great detail and execution with their vinyl deliveries. So, again, the album is The Cyclic Reckoning by Suffering Hour. This is released on Profound Lore Records. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 9 out of 10. Definitely one of the first real big bangers of 2021, and will definitely hold a spot in my top 10 for now. So, if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you think it compares to previous Suffering Hour releases, or any of you guys into Suffering Hour, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Hell out.